I would like today to introduce you to my guest, Javaria Malik. Javaria is a solopreneur, a mindset and relationship coach from a town called Lahore in Pakistan, and is now living in Dubai. Now, she has an amazing story that we will discover together. I know parts of the story from an article that I've read and some information that she shared with me before. But as always, we take the time to get to know our guests as they arrive, and we have a conversation and we unpick life and get to know each other. So welcome, Javaria. How are you?
I'm all good and I'm excited to get go. And I'm really, really thankful for, giving me the chance here to be on your podcast.
Oh, no, I'm very, very grateful for you coming on. And it's an interesting time, actually, for you to have reached out to me because just in the last week on my social media, I have been sharing some stories about a little boy who has
Mm-hmm.
SMA type 1, who's been diagnosed at just 7 weeks old. And it's my first sort of learning about SMA, and I'm here to learn and to get to know you. So, could you tell me about spinal muscular atrophy and how that has appeared in your life, and what was your journey to learn that this was a condition that you were living with?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically, spinal muscular atrophy is a genetic disorder that robs physical strength of a person taking taking all your strength. Doing daily essential tasks are really, really challenging. If I tell you I'm lying on bed and I need to turn my side, then it's very weird. I'm going to pull my leg and I'm going to twist that side and then I'm going to turn. And if I want to drink water, I'll hold my arm. I'll turn my arm with this arm and then we'll hold the water bottle and drink. I mean, holding right now the water bottle is easier, but when I'm lying and I feel really, really thirsty, I want to drink water, then it's struggling.
Mhm.
With this condition, what I love about myself is that I'm living all, by myself in Dubai without my parents and caretaker.
Mm.
When I never, right now, I'll let you know that I'm 34 years old and I
Mm.
got diagnosed at the age of 29 officially.
Okay. Okay.
So where I was living, people are not much aware of what spinal muscular atrophy is.
Okay. So let's just skip back a bit. So you're 34 now. You got diagnosed when you were 29. So I think let's understand where you were before you got diagnosed, where you were living, and you said that it wasn't really known about, and when you got diagnosed and how you've ended up here in Dubai. So help us to understand what that little pathway looked like for you and that journey felt like for you.
Mhm. When I was living in Pakistan, I was living in Multan. My all schooling was from Multan because I was born there. It's another city of Pakistan. And nobody knew that what kind of condition I had. I was very chubby. I was a slow learner, a very much, I'll say that average kind of student. And I used to cram in terms of English and Urdu, my own language, in terms of grammar.
Mhm.
And all teachers, they used to kind of made fun of me that, come on, you can't even focus, because it was very difficult for me to focus and taking a lot of time, because why, my mind was very, very creative. I don't understand logic.
Mhm.
So there are certain terms and conditions through which you can make me understand things. Even sometimes a really, really simple thing will be challenging for me to understand. So growing up there in Pakistan was a lot more challenging, because people used to see me that, look at her, how she used to climb her stairs. Even school, if I fell down, I can't get up on my own. But at that time, it was very challenging. People used to help me out. And then my principal was very, very nice. She helped me and she built some of the stairs over there so that I can hold the stair and then I twist my body to climb. And my class was on the third floor. When I was in eighth grade, my class was on the third floor. And my self-esteem was so low, I can't even tell you that. And I remember I used to go to school 30 minutes earlier. I never shared things with my parents. they're very, very supportive, no doubt. But I was living in a culture, maybe I'll say a society, where people thought that I'm chubby, I'm fat, I'm lazy. It's just like that. It's not my condition.
Okay.
And then I went to another city, Lahore, for my further higher studies. And I was living in a hostel over there. I was not having any house there. It was just an hostel. And people supported me over there. Still, it was same kind of condition. And my weight was I was 84 kgs at that time. But then I started losing my weight, and my condition this condition is progressive condition. I mean,
Mm.
by the age, it will progress. And I remember at the age of 26, when I finished all my, universities, everything, my health was declining.
Mhm.
So let me, just paint you a picture. When I was 23 years old, I started my online business. I said that I want to go and do the jobs, but I get tired. I can't do a job because 9 to 5 jobs are not suiting me, but I need to do something because I was very passionate in terms about my career. So at the age of 23, I started my online business about women accessories, and it was going really, really well. But then again, at the age of 24, 25, I got really depressed. I didn't meet any of my friends for 1 year. I locked myself in the house, and I asked my parents that there is something wrong with me. I don't know what, but I feel like I'll die because I can't raise my arm. I can't do, I can't do shampoo. I can't take shower. It is difficult for me to hold a glass of water. When I used to go to weddings, it was really difficult for me to eat, to feed myself, because when I bring the spoon till here, my hands start shaking. And then, I was so skeptical that what are the people going to say that I can't even feed myself.
Mhm.
And later, I cried. And then my dad found a physiotherapist. He
Mhm.
said that why not try doing some exercises? Maybe it's going to help you out. So at the age of 26, I started doing training like physiotherapist. But the good thing about that physiotherapist was that he was new in the terms of, he was a young guy, and he was new in that field. And my case was very much challenging and exciting for him. So he studied about me, and then we started doing strengthening, conditioning, all sort of exercises. He built my core and gave me a lot of strength. And then I decided at the age of 29, I was still, fighting in terms of my career. So at the age of 29, I decided that why not go to Dubai, because I'm really much passionate about being a makeup artist. That was my passion. So I was working here in an institute. I won't, name that thing, because at when I was working like four months, and later I found that my health is declining. It was so worse because I wasn't focusing on my health. I stopped exercises and I thought, okay, never mind, I'll do my makeup thing and just forget about health.
Mhm.
So I skipped 4 months, no exercises, nothing, and I was doing 9 to 5 work. And for a couple of months, my health collapsed. Then I went back to Pakistan, and again, we worked on our back. I still, stayed there for, I guess, 6 to 7 months until unless I wasn't strong. And later, again, I came to Dubai. And in between that, I was doing my baking course as well. I was then said, okay, why not try another career? Maybe if I can't do makeup, maybe I can do baking. But then I forgot that baking too needs a lot of strength. It needs a lot of kneading.
Mhm.
So again, it was a challenging. And 1 year in Dubai, I believe at the age of 32, I did nothing. I was so depressed and I was struggling. At that time, I was struggling in terms of my relationship as well.
Mhm.
Now, here, my self esteem was so low, and I was so broken in terms of loneliness, not broken, heartbroken. Maybe I have that thing in my mind that nobody is going to get married to me because of my condition, because that's what I was listening when my friends, when my relatives used to tell me this. Not my parents, but other people, the other people, your community, your society.
When did you get diagnosed? Because you said that you did your makeup course and you did your cookery course. So when did your diagnosis come in that line of events for you? And how did you end up getting diagnosed? Because from what you're saying, this was affecting your physical health and then in turn your mental health for a number of years. So I'm interested to know two things. When did you get diagnosed, and where does that fit in your story? And also, when do you feel like SMA first started affecting your life? So how long do you feel like it was affecting you and you were undiagnosed for?
Okay, so it was affecting me, of course, but I didn't knew that what kind of condition. I started searching at the age of 26. I started searching about that, because my pink finger, can you imagine this pink, when I type, this finger was not being with me. This loses its strength. And I'm typing, my finger was like this. And I'm like, oh my God, why the hell it's getting tired? I started, searching the symptoms. I got to know that I have muscular dystrophy. I went to a neurologist. I contacted one of the doctors in America, and they said that you need to do these tests. I went through those tests. Before that, somebody in Pakistan told me that I have muscular dystrophy. And they told me that it's just you need to do these kind of exercises and that's it. And I'm like, my muscles are already weak. I don't have to fatigue them. They are actually fatigued. I don't have to over fatigue them. I need to make them activated through strengthening exercises. But this I learned a hard way. So then at the age of 29, I went to another neurologist, and they did my biopsy and my EEG test, where they got to know that I have spinal muscular atrophy.
And
So
those tests, are those tests physical tests or genetic tests, or what sort of tests
yeah,
are
genetic testings, genetic testing.
testing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was very excited that finally, trust me, I was excited that, you know what, I have SMA. Finally, I found something that, okay, so this is the thing which is coming again and again in terms of my personal life.
Actually, while you're there, can you share with me how you felt getting the diagnosis and your full range of feelings and emotions around that?
Well, that's amazing, because I was never depressed because of my condition. I was when it was coming in terms of my career, but I was not depressed. I'll say that I have SMA. Maybe I was focusing on different things at that time. My main focus was my relationship, my main focus was my career. Maybe I was running in terms of those two aspects of my life that I didn't even knew my worth. I didn't even focused about my, SMA. When I get to know that I have this condition, and I said, okay, of course, I can't do anything. It's going to be with me forever. But when I was coming here in Dubai, my mom was very skeptical. She was not in mood of sending me because, of course, she knew that if I fell down, nobody's going to be there to me to help. If I fell down in my room, how I'm going to get up? But then I said, my mom, that I am born with this condition. Please, I will go or I'll run from the house. And then my dad was, let her go. Then my brother, my siblings, they forced my mom. And then she said, like, okay. So now whenever I visit to Pakistan for a couple of months, she said, okay, when are you going back? Like that.
But you said that then when you got diagnosed, you felt excited. So tell me more about that.
Now I'll tell you why I was excited, because I believe I'm different. I believe I'm happy, I'm unique. And I can help a lot of people in terms of their mental health, their physical medical conditions. I can help them. And then when I was diagnosed with this condition, I started working a lot in terms of SMA. I started researching. I started posting some of my blogs in different pages. And there were a lot of people who contacted me who have SMA, and those who were going through different mental conditions. So then this thing gave me boost, that why not do something related to coaching where you can help clients, because I can feel their pain, because I have been there.
Yeah.
So when you have a medical condition, trust me, your life is horrendous. The world, when someone says that they have spinal muscular atrophy, the world is full of loss for them.
Yeah.
Because people gonna judge you, people gonna reject you, and they won't know your worth. But I'll say that I used to blame myself. You need to know your worth. You need to know that anything in life which is learned before, which I have learned before, can be relearned. That's why I chose this mindset coaching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I keep telling myself, and my dad especially, he's a very strong person, and he keep telling me that, you know what, you are the strongest child of mine. So maybe that pattern, he repeatedly keep telling me about these things. So that has made me really, really strong person.
Mm-hmm.
And then later this year, I got another diagnosis, which is ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And I was like, oh my God. So all those years, that's why I was cramming in terms of grammar and numbers.
Yeah, and that brings me nicely onto my next question, actually. When you received your diagnosis for SMA, did it make you look back on parts and times in your life and think, that's what was going on? Did it help you make sense of things? And, how did you feel in terms of looking
Absolutely.
back?
Absolutely. Now I really, really feel proud of myself,
Mm.
that how I used to see myself, that maybe I can't do anything. I had so many self doubts
Mm-hmm.
that everybody is doing, because when I was doing makeup course and when I was doing the bakery course, my people who were with me, they are now very professionally qualified makeup artists and chef. They're working in different highly, amazing brands. And I used to compare myself, and my self-esteem was again very, very low. I used to doubt that, I mean, what's your worth? You're not doing anything. It's just you are running your business from home and that's it. And I was not happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that I came to know that money is not making me happy. I need to go out, I need to socialize, I need to interact with people, I need to know them so they can know me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really amazing when I look back that, oh my God, you know what, everything is now connected.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, happens for a reason. Because I was going in Saudi German hospital as well for physiotherapy, and there the physiotherapist, he told me that I didn't knew that what coaching is. Into It's been a year for
Mm-hmm.
me into this career. And then again, I was coming back and forth. Last year again, I was depressed because of my relationship thing and this condition.
Mm-hmm.
It was, both were correlating. So
Mm-hmm.
my therapist there told me that, why can't you be a coach? And I was like, what coach? I don't know what life coaches are, because I was an inspirational speaker. I used to do events where I talk about my stories and boost other people, that if I can do, then any one of you can do, because you are healthy.
Yeah.
And later then I started studying about that what coaching is, and then later I got credentials, that okay, so that will make me more confident, that I can tell them that okay, I have done these certifications and I am a coach. So
Mm.
now when I see back, I see that everything is related.
Yeah. And what does um SMA, we touched on it very briefly at the beginning. Um you've got type 3, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely, type 3.
So would you help me and the listeners understand maybe what SMA type 3 means for you, and how it will affect your life, your future potentially, or is already, and also the differences, as I touched on talking about little baby Edward who has type 1. I'd love it if you could help me understand that a bit more.
So because usually type 1 babies, they don't survive.
Yeah.
It's like 0 to 8 months. That's maximum.
Mm.
And then type 2 are wheelchair bound,
Mm-hmm.
and their lifespan I've heard is till 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to type 3 and type 4 is you'll get after in your mid 30s.
Okay.
And then there is type 3. Type 3 is different, and it's like, I told you I'm 34 years old. If I'll show you another 34-year-old girl, I know her since 4 years through my Instagram. She is wheelchair bound
Okay.
and she can walk max 10 steps. That's it.
Okay.
Why we need to understand that we are weak and how we're going to strengthen ourselves. A lot of people, a lot of doctors, they tell us that do not do exercises because they will deteriorate your muscles. But now new studies shows that, now for me it's been 10 years that I'm into gym and I do all sort of exercises and I feel like that I am improving more day by day.
Mm-hmm.
When you have type 3, you need to understand, I know it's a progressive condition. If I'll skip exercises, if I won't be doing exercises, I would be wheelchair bound, or maybe, I don't know, either I would be alive or not, because it affects your breathing.
Yeah.
Sometimes drinking water is very challenging for me, and I try to sip the water and it's not swallowing. And then I threw up that, what's wrong with me? And now my breathing is affecting more.
Okay, so this is I think really important for people to understand, because when we say the word muscles, like we all do, we walk around and we see what's on the outside, right? So sometimes when we say the word muscles, people think arms, legs, muscles, right? Gym in the, we're doing muscles, right?
Absolutely.
They don't always think about the muscles that are required to swallow, to breathe, to around our lungs, to move the food through our internal systems. And thank you for talking about this, because I think it's really important to give people a better understanding of that when you have this the muscles weakness, it isn't just the muscles that we see on the outside that people so proudly go to the gym and pop through their shirts. That this isn't what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's about, the thing which you might not even think
Yeah.
is challenging for people who have spinal muscular atrophy. Now, Dubai, that it's very windy. While when I walk alone in that windy, super windy weather, I can't walk. I'm so scared to go alone there. I remember I was there and it was so much windy. I just stand behind the wall and I asked a couple, and I was praying that God, please send someone so they'll drop me to my apartment, because I can't go, and it was raining. So, and then I lost my breathing at that time. I was fighting. When I tell someone that sometimes it's very difficult for me to breathe, or maybe I forget to breathe. I mean, they're like, how can you forget to breathe and how are you alive? I mean, people with SMA do forget to breathe because their brain is not sending signals and it lost the focus. So when you get confused, so it's I don't know, it's very weird feeling that something is passing down your brain when you see a lot of crowd and you lost your breath. And then it's super windy weather and you are like, how are you going to walk back home? It's that, I don't know, an angel going to come and will take you there. It's such a weird. And I remember a couple came and then they dropped me to my apartment. And I was just holding them like a baby, that please don't hold me, I'll fall down.
Oh, and this is it's just things that nobody can comprehend unless they have experienced it or are supporting someone that they love or close to them. It's something that you don't think about. Like, I don't wake up and think, am I going to struggle to swallow and breathe today, right?
Absolutely.
And it's something that I'm so glad that you're here and talking about this, because unless it affects you or someone close in your world, it's just things that people just don't think about because they don't have to, right? And I'm just really grateful that you're here talking about it and helping us understand more. And also the rain thing in Dubai is no joke, because when it rains here it's not like where I'm from in England, bit of rain and a bit of wind, that's tame. It's like vanilla. I mean, it's like the heavens open here. And and it, so I can understand that if you are, when you explain to me that when you roll over in bed sometimes and you have to support that, to be out in vicious weather, it is incredibly challenging for me, let alone if I had a weakness in my physical self.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is. So I believe that we need to have that unshakable mindset. I'm very practical. Now I am very practical towards my life when it comes to condition, because I believe nobody, when I say nobody, trust me, nobody can be with a sick person for 24 hours. Because it's our human nature. We'll get tired. Can someone be with me for like a year and can take care of me? Of course, no. Either I can't be. And that's okay. So why not train yourself so that you can do your own everything on your own?
Incredible. You're incredible. Do you know that?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're absolute, like you've got fire in your belly, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
You have. I
Definitely,
can
yeah.
feel it. I can hear it, and I'm just in awe of your strength, your passion, your determination. I just think, wow, is what I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because, I just told this, my dad recently last year he is a diabetic too, and he got his half leg amputated. He's a very strong person, as I told. And when I was in Pakistan, I was taking care of him a lot. My mom take care. I mean, we all siblings and my mom, we are very supportive towards each other. But then again, my mom is diabetic too, and then she was getting irritated. Why? Because of course my dad can't get up on his own, and he is a bit old. His muscles are weak as well because of this condition. Being honest, he never took care of himself. So
Mhm.
of course, that's the result. So I told him that, I know that pain, though I can walk, I'll be there for you no matter what. Give me a call. You can't go to washroom. I'll come there. Give me a call. I'll be there at 3 o'clock at night. But let me tell you that you need to practice walking through, that prosthetics.
Mhm.
Nobody is going to be there for you.
Mhm.
I mean, for me, you call me, I'll come to Pakistan. But trust me, I can't live in Pakistan. Why? Because that country is not, I'll say, disabled friendly. For
Okay.
me, I can't go alone anywhere. Like, I need my mother, my dad, or I'll tell them, okay, so they have lots of stairs. So can you help me? I need to go to the bank. I need to do shopping. So maybe sometimes they're not interested in going. So why to force them?
Mhm.
And then now when I came here, my dad has started walking and he said me, right, he called me and he said that, you know what, you are right, that nobody is going to be there for a sick person 24 hours. And I was really happy that he is now independent and he is walking on his own.
Mm. You're a very strong lady, and I'm full of just nothing but admiration for you. And so you received your diagnosis in Pakistan,
Yeah, in Pakistan.
and then you decided to come to Dubai.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just in awe of you. I'm just sitting here like with nothing to say because I'm just like, you're amazing. And I just think that your attitude and the way you look at stuff is just so incredibly strong. So you decided to move to Dubai, and your mum obviously is a mum and wanted to wrap you up and hold you tight and keep you safe, and she had to let you go. And now she's seeing the benefit of everything that you've done for yourself. And yeah, I just think it's really good. And I'd like to know, what are the top most unhelpful and helpful things that people have said to you about your condition?
Oh, so human brain works in that way that it always focusing on the negative. So I'll tell you what the unhelpful.
Yeah.
Maybe these are the things that made me strong. So in my last relationship, my boyfriend told me that I'm a handicap in my language. And then we were in Marina Mall side, the bridge side, we were walking. I love walking, but I walk slow. And he pushed me and he said that, come on, walk fast, people are watching. And I was like, he knew that if you push me a little bit like this, I lose my balance. And so that thing gave me a tremendous hope because he was a coach. And I'm like, am I the only one who is maybe being very much authentic towards my career? I don't want to deceive my clients. I need to be very honest in terms of treating them. I'm not here running after money. So that thing showed me another perspective, that never treat your career, never run after money. Your
Mhm.
career is something very, very important to you. And remember that your clients' money is also very important. They are trusting you, they are coming to you because they need help.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. And how do you feel that he said that to you? I know that you say it's made you stronger, but you said you said it wasn't the most helpful thing someone said to you, even though you found strength in it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what are the most helpful things that people have said to you since you have had your diagnosis and been going through this journey?
Yeah, that's when people tell me that you are strong. Being honest with you here, that only my family is very supportive. I have seen a lot of people who were with me, very close people, and then they, deceive me when they get to know that I have got the diagnosis, I have this condition. And I tried my best to prove them, but I'll say I didn't fail, I learned, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
That I overcome that. And then they tell me that I'm very strong enough, my family and my dad, the words, the best helpful for me. It's my dad's face coming in front of me. And he says that, you know what, you are my strongest daughter from the other ones. And I'm so glad and happy. And I believe that because all my life, I've been maybe pleasing other people, showing them my worth and showing them that I am very strong than other normal, able bodies as well. So that showed me my more strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was showing other people, I think I was showing myself that what my value is, what my worth is.
Yeah. So amazing parents.
Yeah. I used to blame them. That it's because of you. Yeah, back in school I used to blame them that because of you I got this condition, why you guys got married, maybe it's the relative marriage. But it was not like that, because 1 in 4 person has is an SMA carrier. So when both the carriers get married, there is 25% chance that your kid is SMA survivor.
Really?
Yeah.
So you say that you used to blame your parents when you were at school. So this would have started first affecting your health when you were how old?
Well, maybe, I don't remember the old, but I was in 8th grade. Maybe 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
So it was a long time really between when it first started affecting you, and you were telling me that you had to climb these 3 sets of stairs and the teachers were very helpful and put in these extra stairs for you, to when you actually got your diagnosis. That's a long time that you'd been coping with the reality of what you didn't know you were dealing with, right? You were just...
I too thought that I am fat and I'm lazy.
Oh gosh.
And my English teacher, I remember when I was in college in Lahore, the other state where I was living in hostel, I was I was 84 kgs, and maybe because of my weight, I was more slow. And then this condition. I used to come late, every time, though from hostel, it was a distance of 5 minutes walk. But for me, it took 20 minutes and then class. So every time I was late 10 to 15 minutes for class. And my teacher, she said that, you know what, I'm going to fail you and you are failed. And I was like, and that thing, sit in my mind that, of course, she said that she's going to fail me. Now I won't be attending her class. So I did, but then she again and again told me, like thrice, she said, you know what, you're again late, so I'm going to fail you. And then I said, okay, if she's going to fail me. And then she failed me. She gave me D.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she said that you have to repeat. And I'm like, oh my God. Then it was a grammar class, more challenging.
I just think it's amazing your absolute determination, even when you didn't know what was wrong with you, to just keep going like that. It's just a real testament to your character and your personality and who you are, and the level of determination that you just have, that you just absolutely ooze this feeling of determination, and I'm here for it, because I just think it's amazing. And what helps you, 2 more questions before we go, what helps you to manage your condition? So I know that you've spoken a lot about fitness, and you said that obviously if you weren't to do that, then it's a progressive condition which would affect you more. So is there anything, obviously your fitness, talk to me a little bit about that, and anything else that feels helps you to manage your condition day to
Yeah,
day?
of course, I believe it's your mindset. Because I know a lot of people now, a lot of people with this condition, and why they're not working, because they think that this is a progressive condition. In the end, you'll be bedridden, you'll be wheelchair bound, so why to do exercise?
Okay.
And when I talk to them that at least you can slow your progression with exercise, it's better to, you're going to live a little bit more. So
Mhm.
better to live a little bit more and try to add value in other people's life. Why you would like to be bedridden? But then it's their thought, it's their mind. They don't want to rewire their brains.
Mhm. And then just a couple of questions about you.
Yeah.
So, and they're not to do with your condition or anything like that, just a couple of questions. So, what can't you live without?
I can't. Gym.
Jim?
Yeah. I can't.
And how would your friends describe you?
Very strong and challenging, because I love accepting challenging. I tell her that give me more challenging exercises because I love challenges.
You are relentlessly determined and strong, and I am just really grateful that you've been here to share your story with me today, and I'm very happy to connect with you. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you to you too for giving me a chance. Thank you.
And also, where can we find you?
My Instagram is at mindcoach_Javaria Malik. And my website is under construction, but it's giamalik.com.
I will share the links to find you in the show notes and in the post that we put out. So anyone that's listening will be able to find you. Thank you again for coming on.
You too. Thank you so much.